What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is John Paul Investing. Today I want to talk to you guys about a company that just entered the Canadian wealth management industry by the name of Mogo, or stock ticker MOGO. This is a company that I actually talked about in one of my other videos towards the end. I believe it was a nano dimension video, and towards the end when I was talking about other possible investments that I would be taking, which I already have taken, was in a company called Mogo. The main reason being is because they're showing steady growth and they're also taking advantage of the growing Bitcoin market, and they're not wasting any time lagging behind. They're one of the very few companies that are publicly traded that have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And besides having it on their balance sheet, they're releasing a variety of new products on top of a new acquisition that they just announced not more than a week ago. The new products that Mogo is going to acquire through their acquisition of Moka is going to allow them to participate in registered portfolio management capabilities throughout Canada and Europe. And besides that, Mogo is going to expand their user base by another 500,000 people. So we're looking at around 1.7 million or more users after they close this acquisition. Now, real quick, before you really get into the video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. This way you do get notified when I make videos just like this one, and it's a way for you to show your support for the channel. And don't forget your 2 free stocks using the WeBull link in the description. This is a way for you to literally get free money. All you have to do is make an account, deposit $100, and you'll get your 2 free stocks, which you can then sell and do whatever you want with that money. And this is yet another great way to support the channel. So the first thing I want you guys to understand is that the US Treasury yields are still falling. Even though they have recovered over the past few months, they are still in a overall long-term downtrend. I will show you here. If we click the all button from the 1980s, we will see that the government yields were at one point close to 10%. And now, after some recovery in the yields, they are still below pre-pandemic levels at 2.3% for the 30-year Treasury bond. And if you guys are not aware, the reason this is important is because the current money printing that is happening right now is more than 2.3%. They say it is along the lines of 15 to 20% of all dollars were printed last year. So this means if you are earning 2.3% on a 30-year Treasury bond, meaning you earned 2.3% last year, and the money supply expanded by 15%, that means your real yield is actually around 13% net loss, meaning you actually lost 13% of your purchasing power if you were to account for the real monetary inflation. So I just want to make sure that you are framing your mind with that as we go into the rest of the video, so you understand, what exactly is happening in the greater scope of things. Even in Canada, where the company that we're talking about, Mogo, is based, even their yields are falling. This is a historical trend across a lot of fiat currencies. This is just something that we have to consider and account for whenever we talk about what we should be investing in. As I have mentioned in past videos, we should be investing in things that we expect to grow faster than the monetary supply is growing. Essentially, our assets or investments need to be growing faster than real inflation. Not CPI, I'm talking real asset inflation. But now, to get beyond that, Mogo is now entering a $4 trillion Canadian wealth management industry with the acquisition of leading saving and investing app Moka Financial Technologies Incorporated. This will increase Mogo's member base to more than 1.7 million users with the addition of Moka's more than 500,000 existing members. Acquisition will form core of Mogo Wealth, leveraging Moka's investing platform and team, which includes over $250 million of assets under management, or AUM, along with registered portfolio management capabilities throughout Canada and Europe. This will accelerate the planned launch of Mogo's free stock trading solution, further expanding Mogo's digital wallet capabilities. And the $64 million all transaction will bring new Mogo shareholders, including Desjardins Capital, National Bank of Canada, and First Capital Partners. All figures represented are in Canadian dollars, which we know compared to the US dollar is slightly weaker than the dollar. Right now, the conversion is for every US dollar you have, you get 1.26 Canadian dollars, which means the Canadian dollar is slightly weaker than the dollar. The two companies expect to complete a definitive agreement and close the transaction in Q2 2021 or at the end of June this year. So why is this important for Mogo? Well, essentially now they're going to have more products and more broad-based coverage for investing products in Canada, especially surrounding cryptocurrencies and the expanding millennial market that is more susceptible to accepting technologies. I think this resonates with a lot of people, not just in Canada, and we will see just how far they can expand this business. I think their next target is going to be a large part of Europe, but right now they are starting small and they are working their way up. They are making progress, so I think this is a good sign for the company. Let's keep reading the article. Montreal-based Mogo launched in 2017 with the social mission to help millennials achieve their financial goals, and it has since been downloaded by over 1 million consumers and earned thousands of 5-star reviews. The Mogo app has become one of Canada's most popular investing apps due to its roundup feature, which automatically rounds up daily purchases and invests the spare change in personalized, diversified portfolios of low-cost exchange-traded funds. Personally, I'm not a fan of ETFs because I don't believe in diversifying your portfolios. Diversification is diversification. I did not make that up. I heard that somewhere else. Diversification is also essentially just a hedge for ignorance, meaning that you are just diversifying because you don't know exactly where you're putting your money. If you spread your chips thin enough, there's no real chance of you really losing big, but at the same time, you limit your upside. Anyways, let's move on. There is no financial knowledge, minimum investment, or lifestyle change required to use Mogo, so anyone can start saving and investing by downloading the app and simply linking an existing debit or credit card. Again, I think cash is trash right now, and if you are not investing, you are losing purchasing power to the money being printed. And according to Jerome Powell, that will continue through the end of 2022. So we are looking at around 2 years plus of things to go up in price. At least that is my prediction. Remember, this is not financial advice. I cannot always be here to track these things for you, so these are things that you have to be sure you're up to date on. Now, if you are a Patreon member, this is where I speak my thoughts and keep you guys posted on important things like this. So if this is something you're interested in, I recommend you guys check out the Patreon link in the description. It is a great tight-knit community, and it is a great place to learn. So if you think you're too busy to keep track of this stuff, then I highly recommend you check out the Patreon group. Philip Barrar, or founder and CEO of Mogo, added, "We're very excited to join Mogo, a fintech pioneer and one of Canada's leading fintech companies. Mogo has built a robust customer-centric technology platform, and as part of a larger, more diversified, and well-capitalized digital platform, we enhance the opportunity to grow our business and, importantly, to give our members access to even more digital products and tools to improve their financial well-being. We look forward to bringing these two companies together." So I brought up the actual SEC filing. This is where Mogo actually disclosed that they're going to acquire Mogo in its entirety. So what are the key takeaways? A, Mogo will acquire all of outstanding Mogo. The vesting of all outstanding options to purchase shares of Mogo will be accelerated. Any options that have not been exercised on or prior to closing of the transaction will be terminated without further action. Mogo will inherit around $3 million of debt from Mogo. Mogo will issue equity to Mogo in the form of shares in exchange for their shares, subject to potential downward adjustment at closing based on the working capital position of Mogo. For those of you who don't know what working capital is, all it is current assets, so things like cash and short-term, very liquid assets that could be converted to cash. Current assets minus the current liabilities of the company, or any debts due within the year. So right now, Mogo is trading at around $9.62 per share. Whenever I started learning about them, I actually ended up buying them around I think I'm a little bit over $10 in cost basis right now. So I am negative on the company right now. As of their last F10 reporting, they have around 56 million shares outstanding. So right now we're looking at around close to $600 million in market cap if you multiply 56 million times their $9.65 per share. We know they're going to get around $250 million of assets under management, which I expect to grow as time progresses. And most importantly, I think they're going to be able to expand faster because now they have more digital products to supply for people in Canada and Europe. It has been a growing trend for them, and this is something that we want to see for any investment. And I think this is going to grow at least 15 or 20% per year. This industry is one that could at least grow faster than the monetary supply, which is around 15% per year at the current rates. I think Mogo can double their user base every couple years. They've been around for some time, but it's not until now they've really been able to commercialize their digital products. Another thing I wanted to point out to you guys about Mogo is the fact that they are offering Bitcoin rewards for clients engaging in new mortgages or refinancing old ones. Last Monday, the publicly listed Canadian company Mogo announced the firm is extending the Bitcoin rewards program applied to the firm's prepaid Visa card to the operation's Mogo Mortgage product. Mogo members leveraging the Mogo Mortgage platform can earn up to $3,100 in Bitcoin if they engage in a new mortgage or refinance an existing real estate loan. And the reason this is important is because now you're able to earn Bitcoin without actually having to put money out of your pocket to get the Bitcoin. So they're enabling people to get their hands on Bitcoin without actually having to put money up themselves. And essentially, if the market is volatile, they won't be so attached to it. This is a way they're rewarding Bitcoin. So anyone who decides to mortgage through them or refinance through them gets Bitcoin also and is not really emotionally attached to it because it was essentially given to them as a gift for using their products. Mogo founder and CEO David Feller added, "Our Bitcoin rewards program is all about giving our members more ways to accumulate Bitcoin. It's clear that we're still in the beginning stages of seeing consumers add Bitcoin to their financial portfolios, just as we're seeing corporations add it to their balance sheets. corporations like Tesla, MicroStrategy, Marathon Patent Group, which is a mining company, Mogo themselves being one that added Bitcoin, and a variety of other companies which you can check out at bitcointreasuries.com. Given the volatility and speculative nature of Bitcoin, there's an increasing number of Canadians who are looking for ways to participate without risking their own money, and our Bitcoin Rewards program meets this demand. As an independent mortgage brokerage, our goal has always been to help members get the best rate and the right mortgage, and now our new Bitcoin Rewards program will reward them with up to $3,100 in Bitcoin. And this is likely in Canadian dollars, so we're looking at around $2,700, $2,600 in US dollars in Bitcoin. So I've already added over 400 shares of Mogo, and I intend to hold these shares for quite some time, especially as more adoption and attention gets drawn into Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is going to be the main growth factor for Mogo, especially once institutions start to add companies that hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet. I think that a lot of money is going to flood into a handful of companies that hold Bitcoin right now, Mogo being one of them. Let me know in the comments what you think about Mogo and their acquisition of Mocha, the current economic environment, and whether you think this company has a ton of upside or if it's just a fad. I look forward to hearing from you. And don't forget to get your 2 free stocks from WeBull using the link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked what you're watching, make sure you hit that like button. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified when I make videos just like this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.